Why $870? Well, I'm going to show you. Here I am cutting out just one of the pieces of bender. He is made out of 2.5mm leather, veg tan leather, so it's thick. I'm taking my time. This is real time. I haven't sped that bit up at all. Before I started cutting out, I actually had to punch each and every hole with this machine. It's a one hole punch. I just bring it down onto the leather. I haven't got my pieces there, but that just gives you an idea. You can see the holes in these two pieces. These are two of the leg pieces of bender. This is just one of many pieces. In all, approximately 40 hours of work has gone into making bender. Just take a look at all these pieces. These all had to be individually punched, then individually cut out, and slowly and very precisely. So leather work is a labour of love. When you look at all these parts, they just continually come down. Some of them are quite big, a lot of them are curvy, then there are some really small ones just at the end. You'll see little like squares, they're the fingers. Then there's tiny weeny round bits at the end. They are the end of there, those are the fingers. And then I'm going to just drop down the ends of the fingers. I have given him 4 coats of spray paint to get him looking like this. You can see all the pieces. I've started sewing up. I've sewn his eyes. And then it comes over to here. This is the spray paint I used for him. It took nearly both those little potholes. And again, this is where I punched out all his holes. So you can see the amount of hours that would have gone into that so far. These are the weights, or those were the weights for his feet. And they go right up into his legs, weighting him down and keeping him from bending over or falling over, keeping him straight and firm. Does make him reasonably heavy, but you don't want him falling over, and he's a great size. Then I have to, of course, quickly sew on these bottom pieces. And here is again some real-time stitching, so it's not a fast process at all. Each hole, you have to make sure the needle goes through both holes that you need. Make sure the other needle goes through the holes as well, because you're using double needles, 2 needles at one time, one on each end of the waxed thread. You have to make sure you pull them tight. It's 0.8mm waxed thread that I'm using. So this itself is a long process. Imagine me doing this up the legs, round the head, the top of the antler, each of the fingers. Yep, it's a long process. So you can see now where the 40 hours have gone and why the price is as high as it is. He is definitely a work of art, that's for sure. And here are some really nice flat feet. So here he is standing up on an uneven surface, and I give him a poke. Just bends backwards and forwards. Another poke. Here now are some photos of Bender, some nice close-up photos. His door opens and his beer bottles can go inside. He can be purchased off my online store. I'll put a link in the description area. Yep, I know he's $870, but you just saw the amount of work and dedication that went into making him. Plus, there's about $200 worth of quality leather as well. Well worth every dollar.